My name is Mario Yıldız and I am getting ready to do a wonderful haircut for my beautiful model and Serena. And Serena and I decided on her beautiful colors to create some most wonderful color to suit her lifestyle and skin tone and the eye color, and also the color is something that she loved to have, and it's such a beautiful color. And we are getting ready to do an excellent haircut to complement this color. The cut that was going to complement the color in a beautiful way, so that we will create some nice layers without losing our length, and also bringing in some shaggier look around her face, complement her facial features and her silhouette and her lifestyle. And, is that okay, Serena?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Thank you. So I'm going to start from the back and sectioning, parting it from right in the middle, sectioning my hair very nicely, clean. Us hairdressers doesn't really love to go through step by step. I like being real thorough about my cut, because it's very important that not only I understand what I'm doing, but also you guys can understand and take it home and use it in your own clients. And when you do that, then you know that gives me an idea that you learned something instead of me just doing a haircut. So I'm going to do a little bit moisture in her hair to create a little better cut. And my shear line are excellent. And as you can see, the selection, and I have all kinds of different shears to work with, because I'm very picky and particular about my shears, because it's very important that I can get an excellent haircut with these beautiful shears. So working with this beautiful hair, I'm doing an excellent color job, and I want to make sure the shears give me the haircut I'm looking for. So I like to section it and pick up my, this is going to be my guideline right here. And I'm going to comb it down nicely and pick up, could you come to this here? Okay. And straight down and work with my scissors. Just, this is going to be my guide. And this is my second section. I'm going to bring it to the center middle. And straight out. In the cosmetology term it's 45 degree. Straight out, and then I see my guide right here. And this is my scissors. And I always like to do palm to palm. Nothing like, bending my wrist or anything. Very easy and simple. As you can see, shear is so very well, nicely done, and does an amazing job with my beautiful hair that I prepared to give Miss Serena an excellent haircut here. It's my second section, bringing it to the center, to my guide, combing it nicely so that there is no hair tangled in between, creating a nice smooth section and 45 degree palm to palm cut. Same on my, I like to go from left to right, right to left, so that it will be an easier process, because if I take one side and the next, so it creates a little bit difficulty. And also sectioning the hair, creating nice clean lines, very important, so that you're working it very well. And as you can see, my shears are excellent. 45 degree as I move from nape toward the crown. Of course, work directly with the clean lines, nape to crown, bring it to the center. It's very simple. For me. Thank you. Next section. One of the reasons we picked this color is because color really suits her facial features and skin tone and her lifestyle. And it's also very trendy color. It's a very nice color. You can see in the magazines and the billboards. Beautiful colors. And the card that I create to go with this color to complement one another, so that she can enjoy not only the color and the cut as well. And then I'm almost reached to my right side, and this is my last section in the back. Straight out, 45 degree, which I create nice softness in the bottom and also lift some elevation toward the crown. So I'm working on my left side since I finished the right of my model's haircut. And left, I will bring the hair straight out, palm to palm again, clean, see my guide, my haircut, and I can see my guide right behind it. So very easy and simple, without any complication. So I'm bringing my left side toward the center, and cutting it straight out, following my guideline. Moving forward with the direction that I'm heading is creating more softness and lift, but keeping the length that I determined to have is longer length with this nice soft layers in my haircut, and complement the colors in her silhouette as well. I know the result's going to be beautiful. Can't wait to see it myself. So I'm almost done with the back of the model's hair. As you can see, nice, softly done in layers, which after I dry it, I will come in and personalize it more. Now I'm going to her side panel. Side panel, right as I approach toward the front of the ear, I will start from the front to back. Are we good? Mm-hmm. So, as I'm sectioning my model's hair, about an inch or so, bring it to my guideline and making sure both sides meet each other. And right here I can see there's a line I need to put in. And I like to do more with the tip of my comb, with my tip of my scissors, to create a nice flow and softness. And this is my next section. Straight out. This is more like a 90 degree clean. Same here. And I like to do it more like a top, toward the crown to top. Point cutting with this. My scissors are amazing. I can do dual purpose. I'm going to keep the front section more pinned in with my section clip, and I would like to do the same here on the on the right side. Make sure models both sides are flow nicely, and getting my side section blending with the back of the haircut. Where I see a slightly disconnection, and I like to blend it with the tip of my scissors, because I like more volume and some softness in the midsection, and then a lot of flow and freedom right on the crown and to the top. My next section, it's on the side, blending with the rest of the hair on the back, which is good. So now I'm going to begin doing it with blending the front side of the haircut. So here, it's very important for me to do a nice bang, finding the right guide so that the bang will do dual purpose, the right or left. I don't like to cut it one-sided bang because it doesn't matter on a day where she feels like wants to wear it to the hair, right or left. So it will be a dual purpose. So I always take a very serious look at her bang and where the bangs should be and which direction it's going to lay and what is it going to do before I just go ahead and chop it. So I know where her bang is going to end. It's right here where my comb frees up, right at this point on the top of her hair, her head. So I like to take this part nicely and section and take it away from me. That way I can work nicely with this model. Bang area. I will bring the top once I determine and to blend it with the rest of the haircut. Now that I sectioned my model's top part away, out of the way, this way, could you come up here? It's very important that you have nice, clean sectioning because it really makes your life easier when you're working on your beautiful haircut, so you would like for the section nicely done. So, as I pick her bang, corner of her eyebrows, right in the toward the corners, from each side of her face, corners to corners. And I will bring them all into one location, which is right straight out of her, straight up. And I will do nice and clear so that I can see. And I do not like to cut it straight. I like to do a point cut because I want the hair to move both directions. So I like to also relax it. I don't like to give it a lot of tension. I like to relax it so that, I will do an excellent job on the bang. And of course, I will check this again and again. But now that my bang is nicely flows both sides, now I like to join her right side, right panel with her bangs, creating a nice soft flow. I do not like to put a lot of tension. I just like to do more freer point cutting, and also visual, see how the hair does. And I know she has a wavy hair, so that's one of the reasons I do not like to pull the hair so put a lot of tension, because I like this haircut to be as natural and as beautiful as it can be. But there are days she's going to feel like styling it, and there are days she's not going to feel like styling it. So both, I would like for this haircut to serve both purpose, rather than just always styling. Sometimes you have a busy day, you want to just pick up and go. Especially if you're a student, you have no time. Sometimes you do have time going out, and you would like the haircut really have a nice style, and you could do both. And I'm doing the same thing here. Bring it toward the center, just to the center of it, because this guide is my bang right here. So I direct the hair straight to the center. Make sure what I need to cut is this much, so I just do it easily. And when I leave it nicely flow with her facial features. And I did not mention, she has a hair like pear-shaped facial features. So when I was determining my haircut, I wanted that haircut to really complement her facial feature and the bone structure. That's one of my main concerns when I do haircuts. I would like for it to be very complementary. So I always work palm to palm. As you can see, it's a beautiful flow, nicely done haircut. It's really going to create a very nice style with her hair color and with her features. Next section, could you look at it? So this is a triangle section, just make it easier for you, cleaner. You don't have to do so many thin sections. If you're really familiar with this type of haircut, it's easier to pick up your section and make sure you follow your guide. I never like to cut into my guide, because especially in the area where you always see. It's very, very important. This is a very sensitive area for a haircut. So I like to pretty much bring everything down, forward, and 90-degree, straight out. See my guide right here, just point cut. I like to stay away just a little bit, millimeters away from my guide. I do not like to cut into my guide. I know my guide is there, but I do not like to cut into it. I like to just see my guide and work with my guide, rather than just go pass in, because I can always cut back off, but I can never put it in, add back more hair. So that is very important that we know for sure what we're doing and how the haircut is going to end up. Straight out, straight, 90-degree, point cutting. I like, since she has a nice waves in her hair, the point cutting creates a nice softly blend, and also creates a freedom in the hair, rather than just cutting it straight, and it creates a more blunt look. And I don't like that, because I want the hair to move, to create some movement. No, I do not like the hair to do weight down, and just she has to do so much work to get the lift on the crown, but still it goes back straight down the flat. So right here, I bring everything right out. And as you can see, this is the hair I need to cut, and my guide right behind it. Point cutting, the same way, just very easy. Blend it in. Next section, I like to pull everything forward, and there's an area I need to just clean up, very easy. And I like the softness, the flow, very important to me. You can always trim, go back and cut some more, but I do not like to cut into my guide, because then you really mess up your haircut, or the whole idea. So I like to do the same thing here on her left side, keeping my model's hair straight forward, center direction in, and cut into it. My guide is right behind it. That's my guide right there. So like I was saying, I like to keep my guide as a guide, but I do not like to cut into my guide. I like a nice natural flow, because you can just pick it with the fingers. You can see the hair, nice, beautiful, gothic look, it's gorgeous. So I like to bring all my hair forward into my section, 90-degree, making sure my model is looking up. So point cut into it. Do the same thing here. Gentle, very gentle. And this is my last section, right on the top crown. I like to section actually part it right in the center, so that she can wear this haircut both directions easily without any difficulties. And right here I see my band, the guide being my band, of course, but an inch away from it. So this is the area I need to cut off to create more flow. My guide is back here. I can turn it around so I can see it nicely, visually. Hand and eye coordination is very important. So you don't have to really force yourself to see your guide, as long as you know what direction you're heading, so you're free to twist it around. But anyhow, my guide right here, you can see the guide in the back and the front, so I like to just point cut forward into it, just let it go. Because I like to detail my haircut afterwards, once it's blown dry and smooth it, so that I can see exactly how the haircut has been done, and I like to recap my work. So that the right side done, now I'm going to work on the left side. Excuse me. Can you go straight, sweetheart? Just a little bit down so I can reach your hairs. Okay, and this is the area I just need to clean up, because I do not like to cut so much into it, because I'm trying to keep my length of my haircut long, nice. Of course, there's some layers went into it. This is more of a longer shag, nicely done with point cutting with my incredible shear line. That's from my favorite company, Bonica Shears. I enjoy working with the shear line. Not only the shear line, I enjoy working with is the people behind it. Makes it so amazing. So now I'm in the back of my haircut. I'm going to take a look at it real quick, see how everything flows. I did the haircut vertical, but I will be checking it horizontal. Thank you very much. Okay. It looks nice, so I don't want to cut into it, because when I do dry my haircut, I will be checking it again. So I'm not a scissor happy. I just like to see perfect results. As I'm in the crown, I would like to make sure the crown has some lift. I like to start right here at this point, as the first square of the head. So I like to section it right here, and on the top, the center of the ear, put a clip, section it, keep it away from my back parting. Do the same on her left side, section the hair, part it with a clip. And, this is going to be a 90-degree elevation right on the crown, right in the center part. This is the area where I'm going to create a nice elevation on the back of my haircut. What I like to do is bring the back panel to the center, and tuck it back. Nice, clean section. So the top part, I would start right in the crown, section, right in the crown, taking the center part, guide, straight out, and that's the length that I'm going to keep the hair. This is the area, this is the part of the hair I'm going to reduce. So I like to do more point cutting. I'm going to use another shear from the Bonica shear line. I like to try my Dragon. It's very cool shears, they're beautiful. Dragon with eagle. I've been told I'm an eagle, so I'm using Dragon. Straight out, beautifully. And I like to use point cutting because I know us hairdressers enjoy cutting the hair. Point cutting, it's a fancy way of cutting hair instead of straight and blunt. point cutting does two things. You get rid of the length you want and also create a nice lift and flow. So you do dual, it serves a dual purpose. Bring it to the center. I bring it from the side. I'm bringing it to the center right here. Everything toward the center. It's totally probably 4 section to be told. And left side of my model. Pick the guide from the right side, right panel, brought it to the side, so that I could join the left side of my sectioning to have a complete finished look. And right here, I would like to make sure the hair combed out nicely, because there's not much I'm really trying to cut, but I want to make sure what I cut is what I need to cut, rather than cutting into my band and creating another guideline. Same on just another sectioning, bring it to the center, and point cutting. Bring it to the center, straight out. This is the hair I need to remove, so point cutting using my dragon shears. The next section, I'm going to switch it to my one of my longer comb to give me a nice clean section. Bring it in, nicely parted, straight out, point cut. My next last section, and then for the top part of the hair, to the center, just a little bit point cutting, and I'm done with the back and the top. Create really nice. I can, if you see, there's a nice little V-cut going in the back, but also we have a nice lift right in the crown and reduce a lot of the weight from the center part. So I'm really enjoying this haircut. And I like to do the same thing on the. Actually, I'm going to do the right side first, and then go back to the left side. So I like to join the side. I'm going to go ahead and drop the back panel, because it's not really on my way anymore. So getting the first section from my right side, joining with the back. I like to push some of the hair away from my guide. That way I can see a nice crisp. So this is my shortest one. It's actually the length of the hair, and this is the top of the hair. That's the guide right here. So which means I need to remove this part of the hair. To be exact, I would like to show it with a blue comb. More of it, this amount of hair I need to remove. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to use another technique. I'm going to use a slicer technique. Just slice out. This is going to give me a nice lift and also smooth, bouncy haircut. So I came back, I see some of the ends I need to clean, so I just do this. Wake up, sir.
Oh, wait. I'm super relaxed.
So, this is my next section. My model is so amazingly cooperative. So this is her next section for the side. If you see, this is the bang area I'm approaching. So that's the crown, it's the side panel. So I'm staying away from the bang area, because this is probably the longest hair there is on the side. Just pulling it back. I would like for it to blend with the crown hair right here, this section, and also this happens to be the part of the side. So the hair I'm really getting ready to cut is from the side panel, which is, as you can see right here. And I like to do the same thing, slicing out, that way I know that I'm retaining my length. Just cutting some of the weight, just as I'm approaching toward the end, so I just cut in just a little bit, just keeping my length right here nicely softly blended with the rest of the hair. So I'm going to do the same thing on my model's left side. And I'm going to go ahead and section again on the top, have the hair away from my way. That way I will not cut in too much of my length. So that's very, very important. Where this is my bottom guide, which is, I already see, I can easily see it. So this is my top guide. The hair I'm getting ready to remove right here, just very little. So I like to just slice out instead of just cutting straight, because the purpose of this cut is to create nice softness and get rid of some of the weight. But I don't like a lot of heavy layering. I don't think that customer will be happy. So I like to keep it more blended, especially with her lifestyle, what she wants to do and how much time she has to style with her hair. We have to keep that in mind at all times. So that's one of the key client retention, is to really do a haircut that client will be happy as yourself. You can always cut, but you can never put back. So I like to just go nicely soft, gentle, soft, and as you can see, she has beautiful waves and just building up this volume as we approach the top. And our haircut is almost toward the end of the haircut. And I can see, so therefore, in this area, I don't have a lot of length to cut, but I see a weight here, so I'm just, since I did it on the right side, I'm going to do the same thing on the left, just slicing it out, just pushing it out, some of the weight, without getting rid of any of the length, very gently, so that creating very, very minimum amount of frizz on the haircut, but also keeping in mind that we want the top to have some lift. That's the bottom line. That's the real purpose of my haircut, is to create some lift. So I do the same thing here, slice out right here, just nicely, and let it go and blend it, and nicely flow the haircut. So this is my top panel as I'm getting ready to release from my clips, and I'm going to take a look at it, see how it does with the rest of the hair. I believe in not to take so much unless you really, really have to. So checking my guide here horizontally, so I can see it from the left side and then the right side. And as I can see, the hair I need to take is right here in the center. So I'm going to go in with my scissor gently, just notching in, gently, very gently and just neatly. And I like to go back with it in the same manner, just take off some of the length. So this creates lift on the crown and lift on the side, also movement within the perimeter of her head. So in my next section, right on the crown, I will pick, keeping my back guide and front not going, I don't want to pass down because of this. I'm approaching the bang area, so I like to be really extremely careful as I come closer to the bang area. Lift it straight up with my shear, making sure I have a nice section, and point cut in, move toward the left. I believe I'm almost done with her top. Now I like to work on the bang area just a little bit more. Just create some layers in the front part. So with that in mind, I like to part the hair away from her face, the back panel, the area of the hair I'm not going to work with. Just nicely clean up, get it away from my way, because I do not like to cut into my existing guide. That's something I would not suggest or recommend. So I do the same thing right here, in front of the ear, closer to, right in front of the ear, part the hair. You want to be sure from right in front of the ear, right here, front of the ear, right on the sideburn area, straight out, on an angle, parting. I'll do the same thing right here, parting in front of the ear on an angle, nicely, further away from my way, so that I will be able to freely work on her bang. Now that we have accomplished our sectioning, front of the ear to top crown, I want to make sure to do a nice clean parting. No hair on the way. Once I'm done with that, I like to do straight out 45-degree elevation, straight out. This is my bang, length of my bang, and this is the top crown. So what I like to do is reduce some of this length right here. By taking out this length, we'll give lift to my bang and also create some softness and bounce lift here on the top, right on the front of her this panel, right here. So we'll have nice. The hair shifts right to left, left to right. And so I like to step away from my guide, probably an inch, so I can see clearly, go in with my scissor, slicing out. So I took some of the length, but I also took some of the weight. So to be exact, I like to do a little bit more. That way I remove some of the length and some of the weight. I'm doing the same thing, the next one, but I'm keeping my guide. This is my guide right here. I'm not cutting my guide. Because it's very important that we retain our guide, because that is our bang right here. Because we want the bang not too short to complement the rest of the haircut. So this is my guide. I'm finished with this. So my next section, moving toward the right, bring it to the center part. As you can see, this is my guide right here, and this is the way I'm reducing and cutting some of the length off with my shears, gently, very precise and gently. You know, you can always pick your shear point cut just on the ends, get rid of some of the loose ends if you would like. I always do when I'm finalizing my haircut, but you know, however it's comfortable for you. Same here. I like to pick up the hair straight up with my fingers, but when I'm cutting it, I like to bend my fingers in so the hair opens. So then I can see my direction. Slicing in my shear, section at a time, knowing my guide is there, and this next one, but I'm always keeping my guide, always. Same here. So my guides are here, picked up the hair straight, parted, just close my knuckle and slide in with my shear. Same, I'm going to do the same thing on the right. Straight out. And I see some weight, just a little bit slide out. As long as I know where my guide is and the top part, and just keeping in mind we're not trying to cut the length. We are trying to create lift and texture. Same here. And I can see some of the hairs long in the end, but that's okay. I'm going to go back and recheck it. So I will bring the last piece of hair to the center, and getting another one right in the center of the section, making sure right panel nicely flow and complement each other. And I can see it's just a little bit, but that's okay. I can always let that go because it's not important to leave some out, because once I do the straight ironing and checking it. So now I'm done with cutting the hair. I'm going to go ahead and straight iron and blow dry and straight iron and then recap my haircut. This is my model Serena. I just completed her haircut, and I'm really excited about the result. And I kept the promise to keep the hair long, which is she's going to be really happy with me. That means I'm able to get her next go around. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up her ends with just a free hand and eye coordination, just moving forward, just getting the tips and the hair that I left out. Probably some of the split ends, whatnot, has happened through her hair coloring previously. And I'm going to also check her sides, make sure they all blend, which I can see is beautifully flow. And I like the model look at to their left shoulder when I'm working on the right, and I like to do the vice versa when I'm working on the left to the right. So I like to still move my shears forward, just getting rid of some of the hair that I missed. And also right here in this panel right here, I like to come in away from it so I can see from down. Just point cut all the way, make sure they all flows perfectly. And I like to see that it does that very nicely, which it does. And I see a weight right here. I know this panel is nicely done, and here nice. I don't need to worry about this part. But I do see a weight right here, so I like to lift it out 100 degrees, come in with my shear and slice it out. Same technique right here, slice it out. I could do this as fast as an eye blink, but I like to do this since I'm working on teaching. So I like to do very slice, just very gently, getting rid of some of the weight. See right here it's light, so I don't need to bother it. So as you can see, this now is nicely feathered down and so soft. When you pick up the hair, you can see so that it does not give it a heavy jawline. And also with her jaw and her body around the neck, so reduce some of the weight. When she pushes it forward or pull it back, nicely done. And I like to go to the next side, the other side. Do the same thing here. And I like to just gently, work with my model, not like a push it away her head, Some of us like to do, which I understand. I've done that too many times. So I like to work with my shear on the tip of the hair, the ends. Do the same thing right here. Hand and eye coordination, just cleaning up the ends. Okay, I see right here, through this area, I see a weight in this hair. So I'm going to create some softness, and the bottom part is fine. And what I like to do is realistically take out this top part away from me. Come in and making sure my model is nicely done, nicely free. So I just like to work with my shear down, slicing it down, just taking out some of the weight so that it does not feel heavy and make her lopsided. Closing my shear as I come out. I go in open and I close my shear as I come out. Just gently close, just gently notch it as well if you have to. And same thing here, just gently. So I can see now the hair is a little bit less weight and more freer. And I also see a blunt. I do not like to see a blunt. I like the hair more freer. So right here I see a blunt. So therefore I just go in with my shear gradually, just pushing it in, just closing it as I go, walk through. It's called walk through. Just walk through, take some of the weight. And that's beautiful. I like to do the same thing in the top area. In my bang, obviously, as I was mentioning earlier. like to pick up. I see some areas right here, point cut it. Same, point cut just ends. I like finishing my haircut. That's why I like to check my haircut once I'm done. Right here is so long and heavy, and I know this is actually, this length becomes a weight and it falls down. So when I do the slice out some of the weight, I get some lift from over here, which I need. And I like to detail and finish this haircut with a nice smoothing silicone, brilliant tint cream, or some just a very light leave-in hydrating moisturizer. And I like to do the same thing on this part, making sure here is right this area I see a weight, so I just like to push it out. As you can see right here, this panel, it's heavy because not only weighs down on the top, but also creates weight on the side. So I like to open up, just slice out some of the weight. Do the same thing again once more. Just check it really good. And I like to do part my hair both direction and want to see a nice result. So sweetheart, just free up your neck, yeah. Good. So I believe we achieved our haircut we began to do to create a nice flow and bounciness, complement my color. Same thing on the top. Point cutting right here, create more movement. One of the other things that I like to do is right here, when the hair is flat, so I like to create this a little bit more lift. So I like to pick up a section right here, straight out, and place my shear in and just push it out. When I'm pushing it out, I'm closing it. Pushing it out and closing it. Pushing it out and closing it. It creates some nice movement right here. It's already the lift that you cannot really get hardly with the hair products. And push it away, pick up the next section, more like a come around, like a moon. Just do the same here. Push it out with my shear, create some of the weight, get rid of some of the weight reduction. It really does an amazing job, this technique. Yes, it looks simple, but it needs you need a practice. Closing in like a back combing in. But I'm closing it, I'm not really forcing this shear, so that way we don't create split ends. Just close it. Gradually. Shears are nicely sharpened, and as a matter of fact, it's brand new. Very nice, so it's just beautifully glides in. And I like to do it all around. Same here. Slide, push in, close it. Close it. Same here. This is called personalized haircut. Working with the hair is the volume of the hair and the scalp, and also the length and the beautiful hair color. We want really this hair shift as she walks, or whatever it is that she's doing, but just create a personalized haircut. Create some movement and nice softness. It's gorgeous. And another one, same technique. Close it in as you push it in, but don't go so far into the root, a couple of inches away from the root. So center, started in the end. In fact, it's more like a removing weight from the middle section. So as I'm going in from the middle And right before I reach the crown, to the root of the hair, I stop. 2 inch in, 2 inch away. 2 inch in, 2 inch away. So 2 inch in, 2 inch away. When I'm coming closer to the skull, I stop. Push it in. So it does an amazing job taking some of the weight and also creating some nice, beautiful flow, just without getting rid of the length or doing anything to it. Put it in, shear, push it out, push it in. Just close it gradually. So 2 inch in, 2 inch away. 2 inch in, 2 inch away. I love it. So, next section. The reason I mentioned 2 inch in, which means you stay away from the tip of the hair, 2 inch. So you really are removing the weight from the midsection, mid part. So that's why if you go in farther in past the 2 inch, you are really cutting too close to the root, which will expose itself, and you can see. But the reason I'm doing 2 inch in is staying away from the end, 2 inch out, staying away from the root. It's an invisible bulk reduction, invisible layer, bulk reduction, whichever you want to call it. So that is the reason behind it, 2 inch in, 2 inch out, and you can really see where the weight, all I'm doing is just taking the weight, but you can really see the end is there, and there's a lift on the root. When you do this, the hairs automatically shift up. Like I don't have a mousse or anything. This is just a clean haircut styled with a leave-in moisturizer and a brilliantine cream. So, and blow and dry with a diffuser. So it's beautiful. I like to do the same thing on the top a little bit. It's another technique I use a lot. It's just coming out, staying away 2 inch away from my root and twisting the hair and sliding my shear out on this part. Just a little bit lift right here on the top. I want to lift because she has a length and a lot of weight, but I just disagree for the hair to be so heavy. So this creates nice bounciness and volume and lift perfectly. All you gotta do is just play with the tip of your finger and just go gorgeous. And I like to do the same on just top panel a little bit, not much. Another reason I'm doing this so really can show to my peers so they can see what I'm doing. You might be able to practice at home. You may want to practice on mannequin first because this is years of experience really. It's more of an advanced hair cutting. Yes, I started with the basic, but really finishing with advanced hair cutting techniques, but I like to share it so that you get something out of this video. Still adjust some of the perks. Create some of the way out of it, push it out. Nicely done. And I like to do the same thing on the side of my models. Side panel. A bit more right here. Just create some lift. I like the hair to be like a sheet around her face. So I just like to stay 2 inches away from her root and just get some of the weight from the midsection. Create a little bit nice, very nice movement and sheer-like hair texture around her face. You don't want to cover her beautiful face and and just give it a nice look on the side panel. And also I'd like to do the same on the right side. And we're almost done with this haircut. It's been a pleasure sharing this opportunity with my peers. Same here. And I like to look at it. I think it's done nicely, beautifully flow, and you can shift this haircut to the right side of the hair or left. She can do either or, however she feels. Tuck it behind the ears, whatever you want. This is the haircut. I completed this style working with my model, and I took the nice copper tones and also did some side panels, slice highlights, and layer the haircut and just frame her facial features and also complement her hair structure and her silhouette. And it's a beautiful haircut. She can use it in many different directions. And she decided to keep this length or grow it. It'll be perfect. Take a lot of weight and create a nice movement, and it really has amazing body and texture within the hair without putting any product. That's the haircut. Really worth having it. Thank you very much. Mario Yıldız enjoyed sharing my passion with you.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Oh my goodness, I love it.